Hello and welcome to Midday News on Voice of the People TV. I am Masinachi Okafor. The headlines. PDP vows to challenge results in court, claiming its mandate was stolen. Nnamdi Kanu's trial resumes at Federal High Court in Abuja today. Aliko Dangote clarifies fuel pricing concerns. Price surges to 1,406.05 per litre amid marketers' boycott of Dangote refining products. Now the news in detail. Less than 24 hours after the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC declared Senator Monday Okpebholo of the All Progressives Congress the winner of the Edo State governorship election. The People's Democratic Party, PDP, has announced plans to contest the results in court, claiming its mandate was stolen. At a press briefing in Abuja, PDP acting national chairman, Ambassador Umar Ademagam, urged Edo residents to remain steadfast as the party prepares to take legal action. He emphasized the importance of justice in the electoral process. The election, held on September 21st on Saturday, saw Okpebholo receiving 291,667 votes, while PDP's Dr. Aswe Godalo nailed 247,566 votes, and Labour Party's candidate Olumide Abata had received 22,763 votes. However, civil society groups including Yaga Africa and the Center for Democracy and Development, CDD, have criticized the election, citing integrity failures and discrepancies in result uploads. Demagom expressed deep concerns over the integrity of the Nigerian democracy, accusing the APC of using state resources and security forces to manipulate the electoral process. He pointed to alleged coalition between APC officials and law enforcement, claiming that intimidation and violence marred the election. The PDP has called on all Nigerians and advocates for democracy to stand with the people of Edo State and rejecting what they describe as an assault on democratic rights. As the situation unfolds, the party is prepared to challenge the election outcome through legal avenues, asserting that the results do not reflect the will of the electorate. The People's Democratic Party has voiced a strong opposition to the results of Saturday's Edo State governorship election. Adamawa State Governor Ahmadu Fintiri, who chaired the PDP's Edo Election Campaign Council, called out the Independent National Electoral Commission (INEC) for its role in the election's outcome. The PDP insists that their candidate Aswe Godalo was the true victor and demands justice amid claims of manipulation. VOP TV's Oyindamola Olukutun has the rest of the report.
The People's Democratic Party, PDP, has rejected the outcome of the Edo State governorship election, which declared All Progressive Congress APC candidate Senator Monday Okpebholo as the new governor of the state. Adamawa State Governor Ahmadu Fintiri, who chaired the Edo State governorship election National Campaign Council, held the Independent National Electoral Commission (INEC) accountable for alleged violation of the Electoral Act during Saturday's poll. Okpebholo emerged winner amidst controversy. Senator Okpebholo secured 291,667 votes against PDP candidate at 247,274 votes. APC claimed victory in 10 out of the 18 local government areas, while PDP won the remaining 8. However, the PDP, supported by its governor forum, insists that Ighodalo clearly won the election. In a statement released on Sunday by PDP National Publicity Secretary, revealed that Fintiri had presented polling unit results showing Ighodalo leading. The PDP accused the APC of desperation and manipulation, claiming that the genuine votes cast in favor of Ighodalo were ignored. the party continued to stand by its own results, asserting that Ighodalo was the rightful winner of the election. As Voice of the People TV, we are on the street to gather the opinion of citizens regarding the situation.
Well, it's a normal thing in Nigeria. We are not expecting anything less than that. It didn't start today or yesterday. It's something that I've been there. Happening last week in the Edo, it's not a new thing to me. This is Nigeria, where we were born and brought up. We know how it goes anytime there is election, so I'm not surprised. In this current Nigeria, it only need God intervention.
Nigerian politics today, we all know that is a very normal thing. When the opposition party wins, something like this happens. I am not very much informed about politics. I'm not very much interested in politics today, actually. But however, I can understand that it is very normal. So there is this saying in Nigeria that if you're not happy about it, you go to court. So that is the only thing I can see that can stay happen.
They do anything they like, so maybe do wayo or whatever, I don't know. But well, I can't speak much about that matter, but because APC, they are doing wayo, APC doing wayo, but they are not doing well for this time around. APC not doing well for this time, and everybody complain about APC.
Oyindamola Olukutan for Voice of the People TV.
Thank you, Oyindamola, for that report. Still on Edo poll, Edo North Senator Adam Oshiomhole has rejected assertions that federal might influence the recent victory of Nnamdi Kanu in the Edo State governorship election. Oshiomhole emphasized that Okpebholo's win was achieved fairly, declared by the Independent National Electoral Commission (INEC) after he secured the highest number of votes. He criticized comments from the Labour Party and his leader, Peter Obi, suggesting that Obi's claims were misguided since the Labour Party candidate lost his own polling unit to the PDP. Oshiomhole pointed out that the electorate in Edo State made their choice and emphasized that Obi does not understand the local dynamics. He contrasted the current election with previous ones, stating that while claims of federal might were accepted in 2016 and 2020, they are now being unfairly attributed to Okpebholo's victory. Oshiomhole expressed confidence that Okpebholo would honor the trust placed in him by the electorate once he is sworn in, thanking the people of Edo for their support. The trial of Nnamdi Kanu, leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, is set to continue today at the Federal High Court in Abuja, barring any last-minute changes. Kanu has been in trial since his rearrest and repatriation to Nigeria from Kenya in 2020, facing terrorism charges brought by the Nigerian government. Kanu's lead counsel, Aloy Ejimako, announced that the hearing would take place at 10 a.m. an earlier time than previously scheduled. Kanu is expected to be present, and the hearing is deemed crucial for the ongoing legal proceedings. Aliko Dangote has addressed fuel pricing concerns, stating that Dangote refinery sold petrol to NNPC at a lower price than imported petrol. Dangote explained that NNPC imported 800,000 metric tons of petrol, which was more expensive than the refinery supply. The controversy surrounding the pricing began when NNPC announced that Dangote refinery sold petrol at 898 naira per litre. Dangote Group clarified that the quoted price did not represent the actual national price. He emphasized that the refinery provided petrol at a subsidized rate, considering the international market dynamics. Ahead of the upcoming local government elections in Rivers State for October 5th, 2024, several caretaker committee chairmen who support Governor Siminalayi Fubara have defected from the People's Democratic Party (PDP) to the Action Progressive People's Party (APP. This move has fueled speculations that Fubara himself may switch parties due to tensions with his predecessor, Nyesom Wike, who now controls the PDP structure in the state. However, Fubara has publicly denied plans to leave the PDP. The Rivers State chairman of the APP, Sonny Wokekoro, has confirmed that the party is ramping up its campaign efforts, beginning with the Rivers South-East Senatorial District. Moving on, the federal government, led by President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, is facing criticism for delays in the implementation of a zero-import tariff waiver on selected food items. This waiver, announced by Finance Minister Wale Odu in June, covers essentials like husked brown rice, sorghum, millet, maize, wheat, and beans for a period from July 15th to December 31st, 2024. Despite initial commitments, including a reaffirmation from the Comptroller General of the Nigeria Customs Service in July, the waiver is yet to be put into action. It was scheduled to commence on August 14th, but months later, Nigerians are still grappling with high food prices and a rising cost of living. Market surveys reveal that a 50-kilogram bag of rice now costs between 87,000 naira and 106,000 naira, while a similar bag of beans ranges from 65,000 naira to 100,000 naira. This financial burden is felt keenly by many, highlighting the urgent need for the tariff waiver to be implemented. Muda Yusuf, Executive Director of the Center for the Promotion of Private Enterprises, expressed concern over the slow pace of policy execution, noting a significant lag between the announcement and the preparation of implementation guidelines. He emphasized that without swift action from the Customs and the Ministry of Finance, the intended benefit of the tariff waiver will not be realized. In response to these concerns, NCS spokesperson Abdullahi Maiwada denied any claims of sabotage regarding the tariff waiver, asserting that the service remains committed to executing government policies aimed at alleviating economic hardships for Nigerians. Of course, joining us to analyze these stories is Barrister Darlington Agomo, a political analyst. Good afternoon, Barrister.
Good afternoon, Ma. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you. So on 21st of this month, the Edo took to the polls to vote their preferred candidate, and then the APC governorship candidate won. That's Mojo Ekpebolo. But then the PDP and the Labour Party, they are not having it at all. In fact, the PDP is saying that there have been some form of electoral malpractice, and then the fact that APC is of the ruling party, that they have, gone ahead to make sure that their candidate gets to win. You also do recall that when the APC gubernatorial candidate was called to, come up for a debate with his other, the other contestants, it felt like he was, hiding, as many mentioned that he was hiding behind his people. He didn't want to come out to, for the debate, for us to know how capable he is to govern the people of Edo State. And now he has been declared the winner. How do you react to that, Barrister?
Yeah, it is really unfortunate for Edo people, because I believe that what they got is not what they wanted. We saw, because we are here on Saturday throughout to monitor the election, and we saw all that played out. That particular incident whereby the IRF was showing the results as they were trickling in. Then later, the thing stopped working for reasons best known to ANEC. They didn't tell us that there was a technical problem. They didn't say it was a fault. They just stopped it because apparently the result was not going the way of a particular party. And so that was one. Then two, the collation center where the results were being collected, it was going on smoothly until some people now said, no, this is not in our favor and all that. They now came and tear gas everybody there and then took the collation to INEC headquarters, which was never the procedure and the process. So some of these shenanigans tells one that something is wrong. Why didn't they allow the process to go smoothly like that? Maybe by now nobody would have been complaining. And then some of the local government, Egon and Oredo, which are very close to the collation center. I mean, their results wouldn't have taken up to 10 minutes to come in. But they happen to be the last. And these are PDP stronghold. So these are issues that INEC used to, explain. And then 4, the results from the, for the polling booths, which all the agents have, counted and written down, all of them signed. If you look at the result sheets, which is a physical document now that are in the hands of the agent, and then you compare it with what appeared at the IRF at the end of the day, what they collected and the result announced, there are a wide margin. And this is what is actually making PDP to believe that something happened. Most of their votes were taken away. These are the things why they say they are going to court. Let them go and resolve all this matter. Because I believe that what happened on Saturday was not the wish of Edo people. No matter how anybody may say it, whether Obaseki performed.
Adams Oshiomhole came out to say that the people voted and then they have the arena. Also, the PDP, that they are not having it as well. But then, were you expecting, apart from Monday Obebolo, who among the other contestants, that is Olumide Abata and then Aso Ighodalo, were you really expecting to come up as the winner?
You see, what happened is that the vote, if it was properly counted, maybe these people wouldn't have raised eyebrow.
Okay.
Now that PDP is the second according to INEC result, and they have evidence that their votes were taken away, they should go to court. That of LP, Labour Party, that got 22,000, I don't know how they will go to court because they did not even win one single local government. They didn't win any single local government. So I don't think they will go to court because they'll be wasting their time on that. The only thing I would want them to consider, the Akpata man have made up a good showing. This is first time. So now that he has demonstrated his willingness to throw his heart into the ring, maybe next time, 4 years is like 4 hours in the life of any state and a nation. So you should now do the homework and see, because from all indication, Okpabolo is going to be a bad governor. Because if he could not even campaign the simpler tax, to show a people that he's capable, is it to do the governance that the godfather that put him there, I know that they will not allow him to breed. And that's where the problem will come from. He wasn't his own man throughout the campaign and throughout the election. So how can he not be his own man when it comes to real governance? It's not possible. Remember that this same character, he wanted Oshiomhole to represent him in a debate. You can imagine. They called him for a debate. He wanted Oshiomhole to go and represent him. Then how is that a definition of capacity? It's not. So they do people. Let's assume they choose him. It is left for them now to do the right thing next time. That's if after the court process, they still declare him the winner. But I doubt it, though. I doubt it because most of the votes taken away from PDP, they should tell us where they put it.
All right, Nnamdi Kanu, he's set to, the court sessions have started already. He is set to be, continue the trial in Federal High Court today. And then what do you think would be the outcome of this court session? Do you think that finally he would be granted, bail or maybe be discharged and acquitted? Or do you think it's going to be like the same usual show of coming to the court and then, denying him bail? Do you think it's going to be like a continuous thing? Or do you think that the federal government would finally discharge and acquit him? Because Nigerians, and then the Nigerians are asking for his release, and they're asking, why are you still keeping him when you don't have any legal thing against him? Also remember there was a time he did mention that he was sick and that he needed medical attention and that he needs the medical attention of the prison. He needs serious medical attention, but none seems to be coming his way. How do you see this?
Yeah, I think no. This is not even a prosecution. This has turned to persecution. That's what Nnamdi Kanu is going through, because I remember, and every other Nigerian remember, that the court have told the federal government, look, we don't even have any law to try this man. It is you people, the federal government, that committed an offense against him. The way you renditioned him from Kenya is wrong. The court said this. In fact, the Supreme Court went ahead to advise Nnamdi Kanu to sue the federal government, go on a civil suit against the federal government. So that will tell you that whichever way they look at it, nobody have anything against Nnamdi Kanu. That is why nothing has been done on his case since how many years now? He just go to court and come out. So with all the court judgment, I was expecting that by now, the federal government should eat the humble pie and say, Mr. Man, go home, because the court have said so. In fact, I'm even surprised today if that matter will go on, because the same judge that is appearing before today have already told the federal government to go and seek a political solution to this matter. You know, when a judge is telling you, go and seek for political solution, that means she must have looked at the case and said, look, what do you have against this man? Any judge that is making this suggestion must have gone through the case and discovered that it's very empty, you know. So they just want to keep him there perpetually, you know, just to break his spirit, just to make him, you know, renounce his position and all that. There's nothing there. It's persecution. It's not prosecution at all. So I just wish that the judge will be bold enough to grant him bail today.
All right, moving over to the PMS, Aliko Dangote, he addressed the fuel pricing concern, stating that Dangote refinery sold petrol to NNPCL at a lower price than the imported petrol. He also explained that NNPC imported 800,000 metric tons of petrol, which was more expensive than the refinery supply. But then we all know the controversy surrounding this whole thing, the pricing, with how much Dangote is going to sell to NNPCL and how much the other people would sell the petrol. Now, we have some places in Lagos State that sell for 885 naira. We have places in the southeast that sell for 1,200, 1,300. How do you see all of these controversies surrounding the NNPCL, Dangote's refinery, and the amount being sold per liter of the petrol?
You see, this particular matter is like the life of Nigerians now revolve around fuel. That is why this controversy has been raging for almost a month now, and there is no headway. We were told when Dangote was coming that this Dangote refinery will solve our problem. And by the size of that refinery, I'm sure it is meant to be so. But some people who claim that they have two heads, they are making things difficult. All this pricing that is going back and forth is just because some people want their interest to be covered. It's as simple as that. If not, this thing is within our territory. You are not importing the crude. You are not, bringing anything that is very substantial in order to refine. Most of the things you need are here. So I don't see why it should be as high as when you were importing. If not that some people want the same money they were making when they were importing, they want to continue to make the same gain under Dangote. And Dangote, being a businessman, may not go through that route. That is the issue here now.
But a lot of people, sorry to cut you there, Barrister, but a lot of people have the opinion that Dangote wants to, own the monopoly of the petrol in Nigeria. The same way as people said, the same way he has the monopoly of the cement. Yes, and then that he just wants to be the one, having the monopoly to sell fuel to Nigerians and not have other people do the same. Do you see that in that light, or do you have a divergent view in that aspect?
I don't think so. The thing is that government is looking for a scapegoat to here. Please, did Dangote stop your refineries from working? Let us interrogate this particular assertion. Did Dangote say, Nigerian government, if I'm going to build my refinery, your own refinery must not work? Oh? Was there any time such an agreement was reached? Why didn't the government put their own refinery into use and see? Let us see. Let them compete with Dangote. That is the only way to break this monopoly, if I thought there's a monopoly here. When they were trying to deregulate the telecom industry, didn't you see what happened? Natel died a natural death when these other ones came up. Since that time, have you had any major issue concerning pricing or whatever? Even the network are competing. Whenever the other one does any promo for their customers, the following day, this other one will follow so that they don't lose their customers. That is competition. So did you put up your refinery and Dangote say you should not? They should kill that idea, please. They should kill it and encourage this man to give us fuel. Just yesterday, you saw what was trending about the pricing of fuel all over the world and in Africa.
Yeah.
Libya, that is a war-torn country. Today now there are two sovereignty in India. In Libya. 52 naira per liter. 52 is there. Anybody can go and check it. Is it not the same fuel, or is there own another thing? I am telling you people here that look, some people are holding Nigeria in bondage because of this fuel. That is why some people are richer than this country today. Go on, I'm telling you authoritatively, 5 Nigerians are richer than the whole Nigeria. In terms of their net worth, all the money they have stolen and kept somewhere, it is from this same oil money. This is the major foreign exchange earner for Nigeria, and some people are sitting on it. That is what is going on. Nothing else. Nothing. Some people want to continue to be doing what they are doing. That's all those so rich. All is from oil money. Every couple these criminals have made is from oil money. No other place. No other place. So they want those things to continue. That's why they are looking for something to blame Dangote on. You saw when they told you that his fuel is fake, that he is not of standard, that it has not been completed, that they made all sorts of claims. The man now said, no problem. Oh, yeah, go and bring your own. When Dangote challenged them, did you hear any other noise?
Yeah, he didn't say a lot of things.
The same people that said that his fuel is not substandard, they are now, NNPC, they are now the sole agent to his product. Can you imagine contradiction? The product you said is substandard, you are now, NNPC is now the sole agent. So it's Nigerians that I pity here because they don't want to know. If they actually know what is going on, they should have been crying by now that their fellow Nigerians can be this wicked to them. 52 naira per liter somewhere. 52. Look at the price, 52. The federal government will not see all this. So buy or no guy will not see and say, Oga, they are selling this in 52 naira in Libya. Why are we selling it? They will not talk about that one. Nobody will mention it. But when they see one small thing somewhere, look at it. Right. I'm talking about an African nation. All
right, before we wrap up the analysis segment of the news, I want us to talk about the fact that electricity consumers across Nigeria, they are expressing growing dissatisfaction with the services provided by distribution companies. Yes, also a lot of people have been moved from band B to band A, and then most of them are complaining that the price is too much, that they are literally earning to pay for electricity. In fact, as it may, a lot of people are even saying that they regulate their ACs with their fridge, their appliances these days. They try to regulate it because the tariff hike is too much. But then, I want you to talk about the fact that people were moved from band B to band A, even when they were originally of the band B. People are saying that this is theft, that the Nigerian electricity company, that they are, siphoning money. They are stealing money from Nigerians because they know, okay, yeah, because you're band B and you don't pay so much, we move you to band A so that you can start suffering what the band A's are suffering. How do you react to that, Barrister?
My dear, if this is not extortion, tell me what is extortion. I am one of the victims. Just last month, a text message came to my phone. And then, after, verifying it, I now saw from Ikeja distribution company.
Yeah.
That they have just noticed that I have been having too much light in my area. And for that reason, I should move to Band A. They have moved me to Band A on their own, without discussion. Can you imagine? That's message. And since that time, they have talked to their gun. I did not even have a phone number to call. They just sent that text message.
Yeah. Is that not against the law?
Are you telling me? It's a criminal offense.
Okay.
What if I don't want your Band A? Tell me. Where I was before, was I complaining? Okay, look at it. If you are in Band B, listen very well. If you are in Band B, it's about 62 naira per kilowatt. That's per unit. Yeah. Then look at the one in Band A. It's about 225 or so. Look at the gap. Masnati, look at the gap from 62 to 220 something. At least, even if you want to move people to Band A, the gap should not be more than maybe you double the price from 62 to maybe say 120 something. It makes sense. But look at the gap, just because they want to extort that money from nothing else. That is the only reason. Are they doing you a favor? Some people are not even using the light. You are just there, even if you put it for 1 hour, it's a lot of money for them. Are you getting it? Because when will you sit at home to be using light, and who does that in this day and time? Who sits at home to be watching television and doing whatever? So they know if you sit down at home, maybe the time you come back, if you put on your light for 2-3 hours, it is money for NEPA. That's why they put everybody in Band A, so that they will be raking in more money. It's as simple as that. If you look at the gap from Band B to Band A lot of gap is about 4 times. So you now ask yourself, what is the sense? Literally, that nobody is in Band C or Band D. Nobody.
Everybody is basically in Band A and Band B.
You see.
Most people are being moved from Band B to Band A without asking them.
And it is not as if there is light to cover Nigerians, so to cover even Lagos. The 5,000 megawatts of electricity cannot serve Lagos. It cannot. They don't look at some areas and say, let us give them that. Well, after all, they will pay for it. The
advocacy groups are calling for investigations into this practice, and then they are arguing that the continuous tariff hike and alleged illegal charges undermine consumer rights. But then residents are also, demanding that immediate action to restore power and address exorbitant billing practices, as many families struggle to cope with the rising costs amid ongoing economic challenges.
Maybe you don't even know. The other criminal aspect is that they don't want to give people prepaid meter. More than 3 times, these people have borrowed money to buy meter for everybody. We didn't see any meter. They prefer this estimated because that's where they rake in more money. They don't want you to have prepaid meter. You can imagine. And one of the reasons why this is because you and I and every other Nigerian, we don't even care. In the morning, we move out to look for daily bread. We don't have time to go and be asking NEPA, why this, why that. That's why they have continued to extort this money from you and I, because the National Assembly told them, don't do this thing you are doing until we look at it a second. They didn't hear. The one they have done, we already complained. They want to increase it again. Just because you were docile. You didn't talk the first time. You see why it is that when you allow evil to continue in a particular environment for a long time, it becomes a law.
A norm.
Yes, it becomes a law. You have been paying this since 2 years ago now. Why are you complaining? Are you the only one? That is it.
Well, groups are already calling for, for people to look into this.
It's late. The one that they won't come back, they will never reverse it because of the money they are making.
Let's see how
These are Delabu man. This accountant. He's helping us to count our money. He was not there to give us light.
Let's see how that goes. Thank you so much, Barrister Darlington Agomo, for being on the news analysis with us today.
Thank you, ma'am.
All right, you're still watching the media news on Voice of the People TV. More stories after this break. Stay with us. Welcome back and thanks for staying tuned. The ongoing communal crisis between the Bonta and Dangote communities in Benue State has intensified, with armed militaries from Bonta blocking the major road connecting to. This blockade has isolated the entire Igede tribe, the state's third largest ethnic group, disrupting the movement of goods and services. Dr. John Ogi, a senior lecturer at Benue State University, noted that the blockade has turned a 2-hour journey from Oju to Makodi into a 7-hour ordeal, severely impacting local commerce. Despite claims of relative peace from Governor Hyacinth Alia, recent reports indicate that militaries seized 2 trailers of fertilizers intended for the Oju-Obi federal constituency in July. Efforts to obtain comments from the state police were unsuccessful, leaving local residents increasingly concerned about their safety and accessibility. The situation continues to pose significant challenges for the affected communities. Lagos University Teaching Hospital has established a bone marrow transplant program to cure sickle cell diseases in Nigeria. The program, in collaboration with the Sickle Cell Foundation Nigeria, provides comprehensive care, including newborn screening and transneural Doppler screening. The first set of patients has been undergoing bone marrow transplants at Luth, receiving treatment regimens and post-transplant care. The program aims to improve the proportion of adults living with sickle cell diseases, providing a multidisciplinary team approach and guided by international experts. A petrol tanker explosion in Abuja has left 3 individuals injured. The explosion occurred after the tanker collided with a commercial vehicle Shehu Shagari Way in the upscale Maitama district of Nigeria's capital city, Abuja. The tanker, laden with premium motor spirit (PMS), was traveling through the busy Maitama roundabout when it collided with the Toyota Sienna Space bus. The impact of the collision caused the tanker to overturn, leading to a massive fireball that engulfed the surrounding area. Eyewitnesses described scenes of chaos and panic as motorists abandoned their vehicles and fled for safety. Emergency responders, including the Federal Capital Territory FCT Fire Service, were quick to arrive at the scene. In the aftermath of the incident, the Federal Road Safety Corps (FRSC) has launched an investigation to determine the exact cause of the accident. Moving over to business, the average price of diesel in Nigeria has increased by 1.93% month-on-month to 1,106.05 per litre, according to National Bureau of Statistics. This surge is attributed to the boycott of Dangote refinery's products by local marketers. The refinery, which commenced operations in March, supplies diesel and aviation jet fuel at lower prices, but local marketers prefer importing refined products from abroad, and we wonder why. The boycott was resulted in local marketers protesting only 3% of the refinery's outcome, with the remaining 97% being exported. Aliko Dangote, Africa's richest individual, stated that the refinery reduced diesel prices by approximately 60% from 1,700 to 1,000 naira. The highest average diesel price was recorded in Kaduna, 1,930.78 per litre, and Bauchi with about 1,927.34 per litre. While Lagos State here is 1,237.14 per litre, and Ogun State 1,255 naira per litre posted the lowest prices. The Federal Executive Council has approved tax reforms, including relief of companies employing more staff and personal income relief for workers earning between 200,000 and 400,000 naira. The tax breaks aim to encourage companies to expand and employ more staff, reducing unemployment. The Economic Stabilization Plan embodies the recommendations from the Presidential Committee on Fiscal Policy and Tax Reforms. The approved bills will be transmitted to the National Assembly, seeking collaboration between the federal and state government to remove haulage levies, livestock levies, and market taxes and other taxes. Moving over to some sports stories. Libya's national football team, the Knights, have chosen the Mosque of Benina Stadium as the venue for the African Cup of Nations, which is AFCON qualifying, shut down with Nigerian Super Eagles. The match day 4 encounter is set to take place on Tuesday, 15th October, in the city of Benina, located 19 kilometers outside Benghazi, Libya's second largest city. The stadium, previously known as Hugo Chavez Stadium, is a modest 10,000 capacity facility featuring an official pitch, a surface Nigeria may not be entirely familiar with. Nigeria currently lead Group D in the race for a spot at the 2025 AFCON, having amassed 4 points from their first 2 matches. They opened their campaign with a resounding 3-0 victory over Benin Republic, at the Godswill Akpabio Stadium in Uyo, and followed it up with a hard-fought goalless draw against Rwanda in Kigali. Libya, however, find themselves at the bottom of the group, having drawn 1-1 at home to Rwanda and suffering a narrow 2-1 defeat to Benue Republic in Abuja. The Super Eagles and the Knights both first meet in Uyo on Friday, 11th October, in a matchday 13 encounter that kicks off at 5 p.m. Nigeria time. 4 days later, they will face off again on the artificial turf in Benina, with the game set to begin at 8 p.m. Nigeria time. Libya will be looking to take full advantage of their home conditions in a bid to revive their qualification hopes, while Nigeria will aim to maintain their strong start and inch closer to securing a place in the 2025 AFCON tournament. Moving on to some entertainment stories. Nollywood actor and human rights activist Yomi Fabi has announced plans to lead a peaceful protest demanding justice for the late singer Mohbad. Of course, Mohbad, who died on protest, is scheduled to take place on September 30, 2024, at the gates of the Lagos State House of Assembly. Fabi, who has been vocal about the need for transparency and accountability in the investigation of Mohbad's death, is calling on the public to join him in this demonstration. In a statement released on his social media platform, Fabi emphasized the importance of the protest in pressuring the police to access the CCTV footage from Mohbad's house. He claims that this footage is vital in understanding the circumstances surrounding the singer's untimely demise. Fabi also urged the committee to retrieve the CCTV content. Still in entertainment, Nollywood actor Kunle Afod has successfully raised an additional 3.4 million naira for his ailing colleague, Bisola Badmus, following an earlier sponsorship for a critical brain surgery. Known for his roles in numerous Nollywood films, Afod took to social media to highlight Badmus's severe health condition. Badmus, a beloved figure in the Nigerian entertainment industry, required urgent brain surgery and faced significant financial challenges. Initially, Afod managed to raise $1.3 million from generous Nigerians and fans, recognizing the ongoing need for support. He continued his fundraising efforts on ultimately securing an additional 3.4 million naira. Overwhelmed by the outpouring of support, Badmus expressed her heartfelt gratitude and wished her benefactors good health. And that is it on the immediate news. Before we go, let's take a quick look at the headlines. PDP vows to challenge results in court, claiming its mandate was stolen. Nnamdi Kanu's trial resumes at Federal High Court in Abuja today. Aliko Dangote clarifies fuel pricing concerns. Also, price of fuel surges to 1,406.05 per litre amid marketers' boycott of Dangote refinery products. And that is it on the media news on Voice of the People TV. Do well to subscribe to our YouTube channel. On YouTube, we are at Voice of the People TV, and on other social media handles, we are at VOP TV Live. Coming up is Spotlight with Chisom Eyinaya. I am Masinachi Okafor. Good afternoon.